Ladies and gentlemen, excited is an understatement. Welcome back to, I believe, the 9th installment of Ball Boys.
Psych, left bench.
Left bench.
I got
You got me.
my ass last time.
Yeah, that was responsible of you, Mike. Excited is an understatement because
We bought a table.
well, one, we bought a table. I don't know if you can tell. 2, I'm bald.
That is also
Buzz
true.
cut. 3, it is. I mean, it's Christmas for every sports podcaster. It is mock draft season, ladies and gentlemen,
And March Madness.
And we have March Madness in the background. We're watching Duke and Baylor as the podcast goes. So we'll have some live reactions for you. Right now it's 9-9. So I mean, anything goes, man. Close game. We got a burner right now. We got a heater right now. Real heater.
We're 6 minutes in.
Yes. But holy shit, Mike, I love mock draft season. Me and Mike are gonna come in hot. We're gonna come hot. We're gonna swing hot. Everything's gonna be hot, steaming, smoking, provocative. You know?
Yeah, it's just starting to get a little hot in here.
It's definitely Mike's sweating, I think. Probably.
Totally.
I wonder if I can turn you up.
Turn it up.
Turn it up.
We're making
Ape discovers fire.
mid-game adjustments.
Who cares? I'll just turn you up.
Oh, Cooper Flex at the free throw line. Hold on.
Holy shit, Cooper flags at the free throw line.
Oh, they did hit his eye.
They did. Holy shit.
Where'd that come from?
That was fucking crazy. We were like, oh, what a pussy. Pretty strong,
I
actually.
didn't see him get hit.
What a tough man.
Anyway.
All right, so first thing I want to a little what's the thing what's the thing when you want to tell people, warn them something before? I'm blanking on the word.
You want to warn somebody? What are you warning them about?
Fuck, I really want to use this word just so people think I don't know. I'm just gonna say this before. We're doing no trades for this one. That's a little wrinkle that we're this is Left Bench Draft 1.0, 2025. So, we'll get better. We'll get spicier. Things. It's just a take. So, no trades, but it's gonna be Mike's gonna take the odds. I'm gonna take the evens. And we're going to do all 32 teams. A little explanation of, why we think our picks. Mm-hmm. Mike, any little overview for this draft before we get started? Any opinions? Anything crazy?
Anything crazy? Well, I wasn't going to get into any of my crazy shit until...
Yeah, I guess just an overall... Like, I heard that a lot of people were saying that, like, picks like 14 through like 35 are just like kind of like we don't know how good the players are actually going to be or like whatever. And apparently it's
you can say that about anybody though.
Yeah, no, but like last year's draft was like, oh, that's really top heavy, because like the later rounds weren't apparently this draft's really deep, but like the second round and third is where this draft is like shining apparently.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of like the mid-round guys. Mm-hmm. Some are falling because of like character issues, like Kyron Lacey, just one of those guys. Pierce, I still see him in the first, to be honest with you, but maybe not.
Who is it? Mike Green has apparently like a thing.
He has that thing, and then his size as well. But there's also we've seen worse.
Much more worried about his size than his
no,
thing.
I'm saying we've seen worse people go into the league.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
for sure.
I mean, Jalen Carter was top 6.
Allegedly. That's all allegedly.
Yeah, we don't even know if this shit's true. Yeah. But there's.
Yeah.
We're still kind of. I mean, we're a month away from the draft.
No, yeah. So, obviously things are going to change. We're hopefully going to do at least 3 mock drafts before draft season and everything. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, this is the first official one. And, boys, fellas, let's be honest, not too many women are watching this. I'm hyped. I'm fired up.
He's amped up for this.
I'm amped up for this one. I think Mike's amped up. He just doesn't really show it because he's tired. Mike's been sleeping on my... Hey, we've been going to work for you guys, actually. I'm not going to talk about how much work we've been putting in because, like, silent grind, loud results. But...
we had a sleepover.
That's how serious this shit is. Fucking me and Mike, we crunched film. We bought a table. I played video games. Mike played video games.
Neither of them were football. Oh, wait, one was football related.
Yeah, we went to trap karaoke at Bogart's.
You won the Natty.
I won the national championship.
And I made it to the MLB.
Mike made it to the MLB, so like we just been putting in work.
I made the MLB in 8 hours.
MLB in 8 hours. So this is my reminder myself also, because like probably no one wants to hear all this. I'm gonna be like mock draft at boom, just skip the intro.
Yes.
Because if you don't care about me or Mike, which is fine. I mean, we don't give a fuck about ourselves either. We're doing a fucking mock draft, and we both look like shit, all the time. It's actually a real problem. Me and Mike don't really take care of ourselves because we live and breathe mocks. We live and breathe our fans. We live and breathe ball. We do this for our 15 subscribers. 16. That's 16. So
we are up.
Dude, I'm losing count, dude. That's how crazy this shit's getting.
It's funny, like half of it's my family.
Half of it's Mike's family, and it's an Italian family, so we haven't we haven't even hit like 2% of the actual family numbers wise. Yeah, he's like, it's an Italian family, so it's got like 800 members.
My cousins are slacking.
Yeah, but we've gotten probably all 16 of them are Mike's family.
Well, one's my other YouTube account.
Yeah, and Mike's other YouTube account. So in reality, we probably have maybe 2 subscribers.
Yeah.
But man, it's what me and Mike will wake up for. So we thank you guys, and we don't take this shit lightly. Maybe we have in the past, but from now on, we don't take this shit lightly. That you have put in the effort to press that button. So without further ado, let's just fucking get into it. The LeftBench 2025 mock draft 1.0.
The Titans are on the clock.
Titans are on the clock. Mike, you are making the pick.
All right. With the first overall pick.
I like this.
In the 2025 NFL draft.
This guy, he knows it. He's got chops. This guy's
the Tennessee. By the way, we're going off what we think, not what our.
Oh yeah, I want to say this is for accuracy.
Yeah, not
for like what we would do.
Yeah, the Tennessee Titans take Cam Ward, quarterback out of Miami.
Big Mike.
This hurts for me to do because I want him, but here we are.
Mike, give us your process and everything.
I know there's the other top prospects in this draft. There's the 2 non-quarterback players, Travis Hunter and Abdul Carter, who are obviously better. There's maybe a few other guys that are better than him. I think the positional value, obviously, I'm not in love with Will Levis. I don't think they are either. So I think that's a big hole. I know this team's not really just only a quarterback away. You said this before. They're not good. I mean, it's not really like he's going to save them instantly, at least, like Jaden Daniels kind of did. But I do think this will be a move in the right direction. We'll see what else they do in this, like, the later rounds. Maybe that'll help the offensive line problems and some of the defense issues they have. Yeah. But I think Cam Ward's probably the obvious pick. I can see Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, maybe less. I could see because I just don't know if they are in the space to be able to like take the fucking flashy guy.
Yeah.
I mean, Cam Ward's kind of flashy, but he's a quarterback, so like that's where my rationalization is with this. I think he's the best quarterback in this draft still. So
I agree with everything you said as well. Yeah. I am gonna just give like a little pushback on my opinion. You
said this before.
Yeah, I think, and also with these first 10 picks, I think we can have a little bit more discourse. Yeah. I think after the 10 picks, we can just start flying through a little bit quicker. Yeah. But I personally believe that the Titans are tricking us. I think they're not taking Cam Ward with the first pick. I think this is all smoke. We started the draft season. Everyone being like, "Oh, they went out of the pick," and then now they
tease my heart with the Giants.
Yeah, and now now they're moving like they're about to draft a quarterback with the offensive line installments and everything. I think this is exactly. I think this is just good process. I think if you want to trade the pick, you got to act like you want the pick. You can't just be like, "Holy fuck, we don't want this. Take this, please." And someone offers you a fourth, and you're like, "All right, fine, we'll get out of it." I do think they're waiting for the Giants to panic. They're waiting for the Steelers to panic. They're waiting. They're waiting for teams that because it's overreaction time right now.
And the reality is, those teams might not panic.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't think the Giants are panicking right now. I think and obviously
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I think we're not in the front office, but I just think there. If you're the Titans, you're waiting on them someone to even give up a second. You're just like, holy, like especially like the Giants. You mean we can still get Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter and go down 2 spots and grab a second? Yeah. Sign me up. But I think they're moving because they want to at least see a team panic. They want to see the Jets. There's just players in this draft. The Titans. I think want, but at the end of the day, there's quarterback's the most important position, and you're just hoping someone takes it. I do think the Titans are more than a quarterback away, and I think the likelihood of success with any quarterback drafted, it's kind of like it's a 60% chance they won't hit, 40% chance they will hit. With how bad the Titans are, I feel like it's more like 70-30. And this is not even a reflection of Cam Ward. I just think you are heading into a situation where you're likely not going to succeed. Also, I thought the exact same shit about Jaden Daniels last year, so I could be wrong. It's just like just looking back on because we've not figured out how to draft quarterbacks as like a society. We have not figured out quarterbacking evaluation. Yeah, and it's just it's as old as time. But yeah, that's my take on it.
And Cam Ward's play style might not go well with a shitty offensive line. I know he does move well around the pocket, but he's very, as the kids say, nonchalant with it. So it's kind of hard for him to and it's not the easiest to be with a shitty offensive line he's going to do that. No, it's not going to work. Especially in the NFL, it's a lot faster. It's not going to go well.
But he does have 63-year-old Calvin Ridley to throw to. So
63 years old.
As the kids say, don't sleep. All right, I am on the clock with the Cleveland Browns, and so in my opinion.
With the second overall pick.
In my opinion, this is the hardest pick. Okay. I think this is fucking insane. Just to and I'm gonna rock with what I think will happen. A lot of people, I think Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter are the 2 elite players in this draft. Not generational elite. I think those words get mixed up a lot. But this is what I think is going to happen. I'm not Joel Berry with a target on my back already. My seat's not hot. It's fucking burning. It's not. There is no. Anyone thinking that the Browns are just going to roll into the season with Kenny Pickett. I mean, if they roll into the season with Kenny Pickett, Kevin Stefanski and Joel Berry are not. I mean, they're not making the pick next year. So I do think this is just how it is. And as much as I do believe this is going to happen, you're in purgatory. They had a Myles Garrett thing where he's just I'm confident in the plan at quarterback, because which changed everything in my opinion. I did that's when I was oh fuck, I just don't think there's no one to grab. I don't think Kirk Cousins moves the needle at all.
Hell no.
I think you want the mystery box, and I do have the Browns taking Shedeur Sanders with the second pick. I just think. As much as I disagree with it, I do think the best process is taking Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. But at the end of the day, I think we're just looking at a room full of people who need to keep their jobs. And if you go 5-11 with Kirk Cousins, you get fired. If you go 5-11 with Shedeur Sanders, you might, when he shows promise.
If he shows promise, yeah.
You might have another year at your job, and that's the most important thing. That's what people are thinking. I think it would just be insane for them to roll in, insane for those 2 dudes basically rolling in. Without a quarterback. So that's who I have taking the second pick. Mike, you are now on the clock. Oh, wait.
I was going to laugh.
Yeah, my bad. Hey.
This is kind of the same
mistake.
Yeah, this is kind of the same situation with the Giants, actually. It's kind of a funny thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if this is exactly how the draft goes, this fucks the Giants.
Yeah.
Because, Joe Shane and Brian Dable are in the same exact situation. They signed a quarterback to a big contract. He fucking sucks right after. At least Daniel Jones is a criminal. But anyway. Allegedly? I'm kidding.
Allegedly.
I'm kidding. No, but
that's a Colts legend you're talking about. Chill.
I'm talking about Deshaun Watson.
I know, but you're talking about Daniel Jones saying allegedly throwing shit.
Hey, salute to him. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I do think this will fuck the Giants up a little bit. I don't know really where the pivot would be. Now, I have thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I have hopes, but, I can't really. I'm not in the room. I'm not in the draft room. I don't know what else I can say about that.
This is my reason for panicking. I think the Titans are betting on someone to panic because, okay, so I'm blanking on who the fuck the Titans coach is. Brian.
Yeah. What's his name?
What the fuck? Why am I blanking? Bengals OC. Anyway, while Mike looks that up, you're banking on him. So one of these three coaches / GM groups are gonna have to bet. What is it?
Brian Callahan.
Brian Callahan. They're gonna have to bet their careers basically on a shitty quarterback. One of that three group. Okay, and I do think Brian Callahan may have the most leeway, I guess, for. I think Stefanski, and his GM, and then Giants group. It's now or never. With Callahan, maybe get. So I think that's the Titans move. It's just like, man, like say the draft does shake out like this. What the fuck do the Giants do? Because if I'm Brian Daboll, there's no chance in hell I'm like, all right, like I'm betting my career, because you never know if you're gonna be a head coach again. I'm betting my career on either Jameis Winston or fucking like
the potential Aaron Rodgers
or Jackson Dart. Like that's just like, oh, hopefully Jackson Dart shows promise. If you don't take Bo Nix if you're not Sean Payton.
Yeah.
And you like it's just like it's or you don't take Michael Penix if you don't already have Kirk Cousins in the building. I don't think people are going to be betting their life on Jackson Dart. Yeah, Sean Payton's not getting fired for taking Bo Nix because he's already Sean Payton.
He was a playoff.
Yeah. So it's just, but like I'm just saying, like if say Bo Nix did what I thought Bo Nix would do and just was ass, no one's gonna be like Sean Payton's out. Like they're gonna be like, oh, Sean Payton, like he took a swing. This is like these are guys who don't have the resume really.
Yeah.
Obviously the whole Dable making the playoffs, the whole Stefanski has made the playoffs, but these aren't guys that have legendary status to back up on.
Yeah.
So
and I do think I do think it's like a little unfair to Ryan Dable at the same time because I'm like, I don't think this is really his fault.
Yeah, for sure.
He got put in a hole by Joe Shane with the Daniel Jones signing and then losing Saquon and Xavier McKinney in the same offseason.
This is how life goes.
And it was on fucking national television.
Yeah.
Like it's not very easy for. Yeah. He's now a fourth-year coach.
Yeah.
Like it's not. This is his first head coaching job, and his third season was put on blast.
Yeah.
He was on every media outlet pretty much during the offseason. So like, now luckily they hit in the draft this past year, but not a quarterback.
Yeah.
We lost out on a quarterback because of fucking Tommy DeVito.
Hey, so. But life is gonna go like that sometimes. That's why I think
you're gonna get DeVito.
But the Titans have the upper hand here, and I think they're betting on someone panicking.
And they're in the best position to be able to go with a bad or not a bad quarterback, but get bad quarterback play for a year or two because they're not good anyway. It's not gonna matter. The Giants are. I'm not gonna say they're win now, but their defense especially is more prepped to be able to succeed. So a quarterback now would be like perfect, but we're just not in the spot for it.
So now, Mike, we have your New York Giants on the clock at pick 3.
All right, this is somewhat. I know we're not supposed to be opinionated here.
Yeah.
This is the pick I hope as well. Which, if it shakes out like this, I don't see it not going here. With the 3rd pick in the draft, the Giants take Travis Hunter. I'm going Travis Hunter here. Okay. I understand the whole Carter might be the better player.
Yeah.
I'm over here just crossing shit.
Do you have your charger? Will that reach to me at all? What are the chances?
This shit not gonna reach.
All right, I'm grabbing mine. BRB. But you talk.
Yeah. My rationalization with this one is the two-way ability obviously is a big factor in this. He is what some people say he's generational. I mean, I don't know if he's really that great at either. He's not the craziest we've seen in either position. But he does have the very good ball skills on both sides of the ball. He's got good hands. He's just a bona fide playmaker. He's a star. I mean, obviously won the Heisman last year. I do think he fits better with the Giants than like an Abdul Carter would. I don't know about I know the understanding of like a third edge rusher. It's charging and fucking. You're.
Yeah, but like we got 2 episodes.
Yeah, but yeah, I do think the two like, especially in the like defensive backfield, the Giants. I know they made a lot of moves in free agency, but another corner wouldn't hurt. And then our receiving group behind Malik Neighbors isn't crazy.
Pretend I'm not even here.
I'm trying. It's not helpful when you say something in my ear. But yeah, I think. I know this is just a tangent right now. I'm just trying to fucking keep.
Dude, that's a heck yeah. That's a heck yeah, Mike.
I do think there's.
For our underage listeners, that's a heck yeah.
Yeah. But I do see, like, the choice of, like, Abdul Carter here. I do see, like, maybe a potential of, like, Mason Graham. You fit him in with, like, Dexter Lawrence. That'd be filthy. I'd love that.
I would argue also Mason Graham's in that elite tier. I just think it's positional value at the end of the day.
Defensive tackles are, like, not
selling like crazy in the free agency. So
he just fucking stiff from the shit.
Really?
What the hell? Yeah, but yeah, I mean, there's also the case for like a Will Johnson, but at this point, the Giants, like I said, they didn't. Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
They did a lot in free agency, especially in the DB room. So you could pencil Travis Hunter as just like receiver too, and I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Yeah. You could package him in a little bit of DB, but we have Drew Phillips, Adebo. Deontay Banks hopefully bounces back, and now he's not going to be on the ones, so that'll help a lot. And I'm like Cordell Flott as well. Like that's a solid cornerback group. It's very young as well, so like there's a lot of promise there. And I mean, if you add Travis Hunter to that, it's only making it better. So for the trajectory of the New York Giants, not for Dable and Shane, for the trajectory of the New York Giants, this is best case scenario. Yeah. I don't know how you feel about this, but there's a chance that Travis Hunter could be a better receiver than Malik Neighbors. Like that's what we're talking. We're talking like 2 potential generational receivers, and like and then insert random quarterback. Fucking, I shit you not. I think Jameis could make the playoffs with this group of receivers. My issue with that is like him trying to. We know the fucking obvious thing with it. Jameis Winston is he just throws the fucking ball and does not care. So the issue is him limiting the turnovers. Now, I do think it's more fun with him than Daniel Jones, because Daniel Jones is the same thing, but he throws 5 touchdowns instead of 35. Yeah. So, like, I don't know. It's definitely going to be a weird season this year, especially if they don't take a rookie at some point. With this, like, the way we've gone so far, I know my thoughts on where I'd want them to go from here, especially in the rookie quarterback situation, but we're not going to get into that because they're not going to have another pick right now. So. Yeah. So I'm next with the New England Patriots, who are just trying tears of joy right now. They're running up the card to the podium, to the commissioner. Fucking Abdul Carter to the New England Patriots. That's a lot that we let him fall for. Yeah, and so he's the second best player on my big board. I do have Travis Hunter over him in my opinion. Same with me. But this is ridiculous because I do think a trade would be in play here. Because I think Will Campbell, they should try him at tackle. Because, I mean, if he is a left tackle, then you secured him. Oh, I think you could also trade down a little bit and either get him. Say you trade down and then he's a guard, you're still happy with it. Yeah. Say you trade down and someone takes him, then you take Mimbu, you're still happy with it. You need something. I think if Abdul Carter is available with the, you have Tom Brady and then Willie McGinnis. It's essentially so you want to take Abdul Carter. You have an edge and a quarterback, both on rookie deals. You have Milton Williams, Keon White, Barmore if he comes back, and then Abdul Carter up front. I mean that's a nasty defense. Also Harold Landry, who maybe a bounce back. You already have Christian Gonzalez, Marcus. Fuck is his name? Marcus Jones. Just a really good defense in my opinion. So I would say this is just about as chalk as it gets for the Patriots. Yeah, I mean oh shit, my bad. There is the question of his injury shit, which I literally have not cared about, to be honest with you. I think his pass rushing ability is just fucking unmatched, especially in this draft class. like God damn, I know that injuries do scare these GMs a lot. Yeah. Like sometimes we'll see a guy that's like should be a first round pick. And
no one's come out and be like no one's come out and been like, yo, I'm off it. Like
Carter's that good. That's the problem. It's like he'll be a day one starter, especially on them. He'll be a day one starter. Probably their best, maybe their best defensive player. Yeah. I know Christian Gonzalez is there, but still, there's that potential. And I'm like, it was hard for me to like pass on him with the Giants pick, but like, he just doesn't. He's not a need necessarily for us at the moment, so that's kind of where I went. But yeah. But all right,
Mike, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars trying to bounce back into hope.
All right. Oh wait, hold on. I was gonna cross it to Carter. Sorry. All right, with the 5th pick in the NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars take Mason Graham.
There we go.
This team stinks. I'm just gonna be honest. Yeah. I just gotta go. I do think he's best player available here. I know there's the questions with Will Johnson and some of these other like offensive linemen, especially in this draft. But
Will Campbell.
Yeah, Will Campbell's like we don't know what he's gonna play honestly. Yeah. So like I do lean like you said I do think he'll be a tackle, but we don't know that. So I do think Mason Graham's the best player available here. They just need guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like. Their receiving core is not great. I can see this is also a spot I can see a trade back because I do think like they do need receivers. I just feel like it'd be a reach for most of the guys. Actually, all of these guys that are currently like available at the receiving group. And Mason Graham is like a game wrecker at the inside defensive line position. Like I was watching film on him this morning, bro. He's fucking crazy. Like it's just like. I don't even know how to explain him. He's just like a fucking. He just runs over you.
He's elite. He is elite.
He's a very good run defender. I mean, with them, you need something.
That's
really where I'm.
I completely agree. I think Mason Graham is a great pick. I had just off of how often we see really, potential all-pro D tackles hit the free agency. I think they're going to snag Jalen Walker. I think he fits perfectly with Trayvon Walker and
if they don't trade him.
And Hines Allen. But like Hines Allen, just because my number one player. I have in my opinion it goes. Who I would draft, it has Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, and then I have Mykel Williams. That's how high I am on Mykel Williams. But I do think the Jags would not swing on Williams after they did the same swing on Walker, in my opinion.
That was I don't know that.
So and we're so back, like we never fucking left. Good job, Mike.
4 seconds.
Yeah, I do have them. I have them taking Jalen Walker, but Mike has them taking Mason Graham, and I would not shake my head and go one bit. I think that is a great pick.
I do think he's like one of the more finished players in this draft as well. Like, there's some guys here, like we said with Will Campbell, we don't know what he's playing. There's the questions with Will Johnson's health.
Yeah.
The third guy on my big board is Ashton Jeanty. He's obviously not a pick there. I mean, running backs.
Yeah.
Ever since Saquon and I guess Bijan Robinson, there's not really a lot of guys that go early. I understand he might be generational at the running back position, but it's just not a need for them, I guess. So, I mean, it might be, but I don't know. I think Graham's the move here. But
so now I have the Las Vegas Raiders on the clock, and this one's a tough one for me because a lot of people have Jeanty here.
That's where I was.
And I think that is a slight overreaction to Pete Carroll philosophy of the Marshawn Lynch thing and everything. I don't think they will take Jeanty. I almost want to go Campbell just because we've never seen Geno Smith with a great offensive line. But I do think they're fine here. And obviously they have Max Crosby, and the next player on my big board is Mykel Williams. I think you don't want to just give up on Tyree Wilson. Is that his last name?
I think so.
Yeah. Tyree Wilson. You have Max Crosby already. I think you're good on D-line. I have them sticking and picking Will Johnson, who I have as not elite, but the tier right under. I love Will Johnson. I admittedly have not done a deep dive on the defensive backs, but I think Will Johnson is a game changer. Obviously an injury concern, but it's not as ACL's not as different as it was back in the day. Yeah. And I think I loved it. I loved it. I would love if they just did a stick and pick. I do think a trade down is
very in play here,
is potential here, but another thing that would be fun, and they won't do it, but it would be fun if say you trade Michael Mayer and then pairing Tyler Warren with Brock Bowers.
Oh my God,
is like the craziest tight end room, because they were like kind of opposites tight end wise.
Yeah, a little bit.
But so I'd say the left bench draft is taking a little bit of a funky turn here, but yeah, I have Will Johnson. The Raiders need defensive backs. If you another overreaction to the past, but Pete Carroll's Legion of Boom and everything. If you could shore up that defense, you got to go against Mahomes, you got to go against Herbert, you got to go against the great Bo Nix. I would just shore up the DBs. Jack Jones won't be there forever. That's my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely like I do still think he'd be like best fit for them at this spot as well. Yeah. There's some guys like Jahad Campbell and like some of these linebackers.
Yeah. Well, I'm big on
like
Jahad Campbell.
As well, but I do think like I loved Will Johnson. I'm not I hate Michigan, but I really do like him. He's just good. I understand the injury concerns, which is again we said this with Carter.
Before this injury, we had him as like a Sauce Gardner
he was the top 5.
Yeah, we had him as like a Derek Stingley, just kind of like put him here and he shuts down the side of the field. Yeah. He's amazing.
Well, yeah, he was like a top 5 projection earlier in the year, and then he fell to 6. Okay.
Yeah, well, I think we're overthinking this a little, and a lot of people have him further in the mock draft. And man, if I'm San Francisco. Like if I'm the Panthers,
you're licking your chops.
There, you're just like, whoa. Like I just think we are overthinking this.
Yeah. All right, I have the Jets, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I think potentially you and me are overthinking this as well, not having like the Jags just stick and pick for him.
Well, that was like a one that I.
No. I mean, that wasn't like a criticism, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's how high I am on Will Johnson.
Yeah. I think they just are not in the spot to be able to let's take an injured corner.
Yeah,
or a guy that's
for
coming
sure.
Up an injury.
Sure, yeah.
They suck, and they need to get a guy that's surely going to make an impact.
Yes, yeah.
So that's where I was thinking there. All right, with the 7th pick,
the New York Jets.
I got a little.
Both New York teams for Big Mike.
Yeah, one.
And he's got the New York Mets jersey.
Yeah, I was trying to find my Malik Neighbors jersey and I couldn't find it.
My mans, thank you to my mans.
All right, I'm trying to rationalize here real quick.
See, I got Mike thinking over the board.
You do have me thinking.
See, me, I'm prepared. I'm just stick, pick, shoot from the waist. Because I'm prepared. Because you know what? I want to give the people what they want, You
threw me a curve.
I'm someone I love our audience. I pander to them. I'll do anything for their approval.
I'm trying to think of who's their pass rushers?
Will McDonald, who's actually really good.
He's very good. I'm trying to think of the other
one. They have Quincy fucking Quinnen Williams, who is just a monster in the middle.
Never mind. I'm dumb. I know my pick. All right, Jahad Campbell.
There we go.
Didn't they let what's his face go? The linebacker.
Yeah. Yes, they did.
That's a perfect replacement for him. I know that was very on the fly, and I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. You threw me some fucking curveballs here.
No,
I was kind of thinking.
That's the draft, though. It's the draft, though, kid.
I know. Also, I kind of fucked myself because I think basic Rambush right here as well. But you put him next to fucking Quinnen Williams, and I'm like, bro, like I said with Dex, that'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But the Jets, you lose out on quarterback again.
I think they're prepared though. A new head coach. I don't think Aaron Glenn and they're coming in and being like, "Yo, take us to the playoffs." I think the whole Justin Fields thing was just hey, we're we fucked ourselves. We're a year away from being a year away, and I think that's it's kind of like that D'Amico Ryans year where it's kind of man, CJ Stroud probably good, but this team's horrible, and then they went over expectations. I love Jahad Campbell here, but
yeah, I do. I'm blanking on his name. What the fuck's the linebacker's name that just got rid of? He's very good. CJ Mosley.
They are. Shoof.
Yeah, I think getting a CJ Mosley replacement. Mm-hmm. On a rookie deal is very valuable, especially on a team that CJ Mosley's leadership was like held very highly there, and he was there for a long time. So like I feel like letting him go and then just not kind of replacing that would be kind of nuts. I kind of forget what they did in the free agency, if I'm being honest, but like also it wasn't really much.
And one thing I wanted to like a note to self, I didn't want to connect too many dots from the past with like, you know, the Bears pick or like, you know, just what the Pete Carroll thing. But, you know, thinking back to like Aaron Glenn, who I think is a great defensive coordinator, you know, them taking Jack Campbell early. I just think you can move Jahad Campbell all around because, you know, he has some edge rushing chops.
Yeah, he is definitely.
They're already probably good on edge rusher with Will McDonald and everything. But like, you know, he's just someone you can throw all over the field. And same thing with Jalen Walker, but I think Jahad Campbell's a better off-ball linebacker than Jalen Walker is. I do think as well. Which, you know, normally wouldn't get you picked higher, but just with this defense, I just think this would be absolutely elite. I really do think they'll go line here, but I would love if they took Jahad Campbell, just being like, okay, let's just build up a generational defense, have someone who can just play all over the field. Jahad Campbell, he can play on the edge. He's also good at pass coverage, and it's just a great thumper at off-ball linebacker. I really like this Jahad Campbell pick. I am on the clock with the Carolina Panthers, and holy shit, if I'm the Panthers, if I'm Jack Haynes, GM Jack Haynes for the Panthers, I'm coming my britches right now at the thought of taking Mykel Williams. Mykel Williams is number 3 on my big board. I am not ashamed of it this year, guys. I am so high on Mykel Williams. So high on Mykel Williams. I think he has right now a floor as an amazing run defender. He's got the fucking damn, you got him back there on the big board. Ugh. But
I was more on the DB side, so you know.
I also think the ceiling of his pass rush, if it does all come together, is ridiculous. I'm so high on Mykel Williams. I think he has potential to be like, you know, I think he has generational potential. If he hits the way that I think he can hit. And obviously you're taking a swing here, but if you're the Panthers, why not take a swing? You know, you spent some money on D already. You know, Mason Graham isn't there. That's the only dude I'd really like truly take above him. Just for Mason Graham's floor. But I think you take Mykel Williams. A lot of people talking about Jalen Walker here, but I think as much as I love Jalen Walker,
that's where I was landing.
The Panthers have like this certain they love big players. They write off players who aren't like as big. Jalen Walker's a little undersized.
Derek Brown's one of their best players.
Yeah.
He's kind of one of those guys.
Yeah, so it's just like I think they're gonna roll in here and they're gonna run Mykel Williams up to the board, and I think, you know, if this hits, you know, with an offense that's coming together, J.C. Horn, and like if Jalen Walker in 2 years is who I think he can be,
yeah. There's some question marks with like their coaching. Mm-hmm. That's probably the one thing that would like. I think they'd want more of like a. I do like this pick. I'm not like trying to be a bitch. I'm just.
You already are, so it's whatever.
Anyway, I do think that like, this is a good pick. You've been really high on him this whole time, so like Jackson loves Mykel Williams. I do see like the Jalen Walker.
I hit Mike with late night horny thoughts about Mykel Williams. That's how crazy this shit's been getting.
He's been sending me like shit I can't even share.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do think I could also see like a guy like Johnny Barron going here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a defensive play. They just need defense.
Anybody on defense, just keep adding at least above average players.
Yeah.
And I do 100% think there is a chance Mykel Williams is a complete miss. And I think Trayvon Walker is going to scare a lot of people away. I think if Trayvon Walker never existed, and I don't even think he's bad, he's just not what they thought. Say Trayvon Walker never existed, I think Mykel Williams goes goes 3 in this draft. Like that's just how it is.
I mean,
I'm a tools guy.
Yeah, Williams definitely has the tools, and he's also got the physical like build to be able to succeed at the defensive end spot. So I mean, I can see it definitely.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right, Mike, you got
I have the Saints.
Which, honestly, I take back saying the Browns. most difficult. I think the Saints are
bad.
very fucking difficult to pick. But yeah,
this is tough because like I really want to go one way, but like it's kind of like there's question marks. One way or another. All right. All right. What pick are they at? 9? I'm at 9. I'm blanking. Sorry. With the 9th pick, I'm gonna take Will Campbell.
Ooh, great pick. And this is a great scenario for the Saints.
You lose Ramczyk. He retired. I think, this team. We know this whole situation. They're in cap space hell.
Yep.
You're not gonna get a valuable pick at quarterback here to like replace Derek Carr. You can reach on Jackson Dart, but I don't think they should here. I think this is just gonna be like a fuck it. We're just gonna see where the season goes. And I think Will Campbell, you give him a year to develop and actually see where he's going to play. I think – I don't even know. They just need playmaker. Like, not a playmaker, but – well, they need playmakers. But, I think this receiver class doesn't really do it for me, especially in the higher – like, this first, 10 picks especially. I don't think there's, a guy that would really change anything for them. They just need guys on cheaper deals than what they've got right now because they're, like I said, they're in cap space hell.
And overall, kind of a cheap O-line too. Like moving forward, Fuaga, who I think they probably hit on. You got Fuaga and Campbell. That's kind of all you need moving forward as of right now. So I love this pick.
I do I've been one of the guys that I'm trying to I'm not good at watching offensive. I get bored very easily with them. I know it's kind of fucked up.
Gen Z over here.
Yeah, but you played. I didn't. So it's definitely different for me.
What?
He played high school football. Don't get it.
I wasn't good either.
No, but for me, it was in between him and Membu at this pick as well. I just do think there's more of the. I think there's a. What are you on?
No, else? I'm gonna knock your socks off next pick, but go. Real quick. I want to say I love your process. Literally, the only problem with this pick is I just don't think Campbell will be there. That's I have a feeling he's going before 9, but
I can see it as well.
If you're the same, but I also think he's not going past 9. Because I didn't know for sure if you were gonna take Campbell with the Bears because he is my number 1 lineman. I think I do like Mimbo. I like someone else as well. I thought you were going to let him slide to the Bears, and I was just like, I'm the Bears. Fuck the noise. Let's go. But so I have the Bears at the 10th pick who are, they addressed their offensive line hardcore this year, spent so much money. And a lot of people have shit's getting chippy. Cooper Flagg's barking right now. But anyway, I have a lot of people have Ashton Jeanty going here, and this is where I think people are getting a little too attached to the past with the Jahmyr Gibbs pick. Yes, I love Jeanty. Yes, Jeanty is a very good running back, elite running back for sure. But a lot of people are like, oh, he took Jahmyr Gibbs, so he's 100% gonna take. I think Ben Johnson. I think they will value O-line over running back here.
Yeah, you can't.
No, yeah, what's up?
Sorry, you can't take a swing on a running back. First year as a quarter.
I think either they address they're gonna go with the trenches either or. I think, but I have the Bears here. I'm going a little contrarian here. I have the Bears taking Josh Simmons here. Ooh. I am very high on Josh Simmons. I know the injury concerns. The reason why I think the Bears are perfect here is. This is surprising to say, but year one they don't need Josh Simmons. They already have the O-line filled out. Josh Simmons, whether you think about Wright or Braxton Jones, I think one of them is not going to get re-signed, in my opinion. And I think Josh Simmons is an elite floor, an elite guard. And that's what you want moving forward. Tooney's not young by any means. I love Simmons here. I think we are overreacting to this injury, especially him as an O lineman. As much as I love Mimbu, I just don't know if I see him as above Simmons right now. I see a higher tackle ceiling with Simmons. I think we could look back on Simmons being like this franchise left tackle, potentially. That's something I see. I see Mimbu being successful in the NFL. I just don't see him being that. I see him being like a Moeller in the run game. I think we could see Simmons and Caleb Williams being just like a nasty tandem together.
Yeah, I do like this pick as well. I do like. You could say that they did go very in on the offensive line this year when free agency.
Yeah,
it's just like a weird. They're kind of in a weird spot with like their offense. Yeah. Like obviously you've got the first year head coach. They don't have a bad running back, so like the Gene missing out on Gene here is like. I don't love DeAndre Swift, but like, he's not the problem, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'll go farther. I don't think DeAndre Swift is good at all, but at the same time, I just think this year one, if in the vision of Ben Johnson, I mean, you want depth at O-line. I mean, he threw linemen at tight end. Like I just think motherfucker's insane.
He might literally draft Josh Simmons and then put him at running back.
Yeah, like you just never fucking know. So I really like. I do think it would be insane, and I do think Kmet is kind of a wash at this point. I do think Tyler Warren here would also be interesting, but I think Josh Simmons, just for the sheer swing of things, is like Josh Simmons hits the way I think he potentially can. Ben Johnson's, he's set for life with potential franchise quarterback, franchise left tackle. Let's move forward. Yeah, but so Mike, you have a very exciting pick here. Very exciting pick here with the San Francisco 49ers.
All right. This is an interesting one because they did some moves in the offseason that I'm like the Deebo Samuel trade kind of.
Yeah.
That was I kind of expected it, but I didn't at the same time. It was random.
Yeah.
Fucking goddamn! Why did he go to the Commanders? Anyway, with the 11th pick.
11th pick. Good job, man.
He's got the fucking thing. I'm not counting. Sorry.
Hey, but we're together.
Yeah. All right. With the 11th pick in the draft, the 49ers take Malachi Starks.
Oh, whoa. Holy shit. Nice.
That's wrong.
Malachi Starks.
I can see the Jahdae Barron thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
They lost some DBs in this this free agency class. So I think I love Malachi Starks. I do think he's still the best safety in this draft. I know there's some people that don't have. I saw Emmett Warriors higher on some people's boards. I love Malachi Starks. I think he's got very good ball skills. The tackling in the run game is very good as well. You can say the same thing with Barron, though. He's just not. He's a safety. I do get the positional value here. He's not as valuable as Jahdae Barron would be. Because Jahdae Barron could play in the box, and he can play. He can kind of play safety, I guess, if you think about it. But I do think Malachi Starks is is this the third best DB in this draft, probably, for what we go off of?
Yeah.
I know that might be a little bit of an overreaction because, again, I do like Jahdae Barron, but I just think the upside on Malachi Starks is a little higher for me. I don't know. They lost a lot of guys, and I think this is a perfect bounce back from losing Hufanga and Ward and lose someone else.
Hufanga, Ward.
Those are God.
I can't remember, but let me start off by going. I think this might be so far the I don't know how you feel about Mykel Williams, but this might be our hardest disagreement in the draft. And like I said, I'm not as plugged into DBs. I just a little bit of limited knowledge. I did watch the Bama game, which I've heard is his worst game. So I'm not trying to judge someone on their worst game.
And before you get into this, I'm also going to say his 2024 was worse than his 2023.
Yes,
I do understand that. So I do think they have the coaching staff to be able to just polish him off and make him a lot better.
I think it would be, man, I think it'd be malpractice to go Malachi Starks here. Honestly, I see it as okay, you're win now, and I do think Malachi Starks is a very high floor player. I will give you that. I think he's plug and play, starts day one, and he doesn't make mistakes and shit like that. I just think I have who the fuck the other I have another. I'm blanking on his fucking name.
Emin-Wari?
No, not Emin-Wari. There's another safety I have set a higher grade on. Makuba. I think Makuba.
I like him a lot.
I really like Makuba. I also think I think Makuba has a way higher ceiling than Starks. And yeah, okay, like that. Malachi Starks does help the defense. I mean, over Starks, I would go O lineman for this team. I couldn't disagree more with the Starks pick. But we're a team, and you're only as good as your weakest link, and Mike obviously is our weakest link. So okay, I'm sorry, Mike. More like Mike. Kai Starks, but no, I'm not a big fan of this pick at all, and I like Starks, but Mike, shield up. I have a second round grade on Starks. I think I would start feeling comfortable drafting Starks around like pick 35, just shit like that. But that's just me. Maybe once I get more educated, but yeah, I liked Makuba. I did have Eamon Wari over him. Off of potential and everything, but yeah, that you kind of you blew my back out with this one, Mike. But yeah, I have the Dallas Cowboys, who are at an interesting point in the draft. So this is where we're talking about. I'm gonna mix a little bit of what I would do and what I think they're gonna do. Mm-hmm. So. You just talk about the Cowboys. They're spending a lot of money on just 3 players. I really want to do Shamar Stewart here, just as far as like a I think he has a high run stopping floor, which they were horrible at stopping the run, and I very much see it. But I also think they need a receiver very badly, a cheap one as well, and. I'm not a big Matthew Golding fan personally. I'm a Tet fan, but I'm not as high of a Tet fan. I right here would go Emeka Egbuka. I really like Egbuka. I think if he is a number 2 to CeeDee Lamb, he is so good at being CeeDee Lamb's number 2. He could be seen as a number 1, and a lot of people are gonna be like, "Whoa, that's way too high." I think Egbuka's special. I think a lot of people were sleeping on Chris Olave because he was Garrett Wilson's 2, and Egbuka has been everyone's 2. But I think Egbuka is. We haven't even really seen him as a 1, just because he has been getting outshined by I think other players. But I don't think he has a ridiculous ego. Just because he's been a number 2 his whole career, I think he would be such an efficient number 2 on this Cowboys team. You don't have to worry about getting another number 2 receiver for 5 more years after this. Give a Dax another elite catcher. I know people are gonna swing on me for this one. This probably is a controversial pick, him at 12, but I love Emeka Egbuka. I have him over McMillan. I have him over Golden. The only guy I'm like, okay, maybe is like I could also see them going Luther Burden here just for the sheer potential. I think Luther Burden probably has the highest ceiling in my opinion. But no, I think Egbuka here, run blocking too as well. I think they're going to need to take a running back. I just think pairing DK with Egbuka here, it's a little rich for some people, but yeah, Mike, while I take a piss, I know you're going to hardcore disagree with me probably. Just give your grievances with me about my personality, about everything. I have to take a piss though.
All right. Well, I do think this is a little bit of a not a reach. I do think he's one of the better receivers in this draft for sure. My issue is I don't know if this is like the move for them. Like I think like you've got a hole on the edge now. You lost Chauncey Golston and D-Law, so I think that's another thing you can go with, like a Jalen Walker or what's his name? Shamar Stewart. I think there's I like Egbuka. I think he's probably the second best receiver in this draft. I've been pretty high on him as well. His leadership skills apparently have been very great as well. He's touted very highly at Ohio State. I don't know. I probably would have went like a replacement for D-Law here for like either Stewart or Jalen Walker or like another edge rusher, depending on who they like a lot. But
so I did hear something that I want to counter real quick, defending my pick. So you said a hole on the edge. I do disagree. I think Marshawn Nealon is a good enough Dexter Lawrence replacement. But also, I do. I mean, yeah. Imagine. Oh, that probably give you a headache, bud.
That would kill me.
What's his name?
DeMarcus Lawrence?
DeMarcus Lawrence. Whoa, yeesh. But I think I like Marshawn Nealon. I'm high on him. I think he showed enough last year. And I think this is a deep edge class. I mean, such a deep edge class that like when me and Mike assigned positions for each other here, like I took edge and I was like, whoa, this is way too much. Like I think you could grab Nick Scorton in the second round. I do think that you could also grab where they're picking the second round, probably a good receiver too. I don't. This isn't like a high end receiving class, but I do think it's kind of deep. But no, I would just go Ibuka here just off of how well he fits. I think the ceiling of the duo is, like I don't think you're taking the ceiling of the player. You're thinking the ceiling of the duo for the next 4 years ish or whatever. While you're paying Dak, you're paying CD, you're about to pay Micah Parsons. I think you can get, you have Marshawn Nealon on a rookie deal as well. I think. You want to address DB later and everything with Diggs and all that, but I just think you can get a really good edge in the second round, even third. I mean, this is such a deep edge class, but yeah. Mike, I also didn't hear the other shit, but I disagree with you. Fuck you, and I hate you. All right, Mike, you have the Miami Dolphins on the clock.
So these last 2 picks have gone. It's just fuck you, pretty much.
Hey, come on.
All right.
Come on. Hey, it's all. Hey, I'm busting your balls. Ball buster. You guys seen Sopranos? Big Sopranos guy.
Hey, my son, my daughter.
Don't you just love mock draft season?
Alright. With the 13th pick, I have the Dolphins taking Jahdae Barron.
I like that. I do like that.
Jahdae Barron. Okay. My rationalization on this one, they also lost a guy in free agency, and I'm a little happy about that.
Oh yeah,
Thank you. I think Jahdae Barron's flexibility for that defense would be very valuable for them. He can play, like I said earlier, he can play kind of like the safety, like almost a linebacker kind of at some points, and he's a very good corner. His ball skills are very good. He's a great run just a tackler in general. He's also a very good run stopper. Now that division, you've got to stop Josh Allen running. Yeah. And that would especially on the outsides, that'll help a lot. And
most DBs aren't, but Barron is someone that could.
Yeah, he's a very strong. He's good he's got, like I said earlier, good ball skills, very good tackler, and I've been very high on him. He's one of like I said, they could have argued him with the Niners pick as well, with the replacing of Ward, but I don't know. I think this is probably the best spot for the Dolphins to go. I could see also maybe I'm blanking again. Dude, I'm fucked up right now. We're back. Yeah, I could also see I just don't know if I see any of these guys going this high, but an interior defensive lineman maybe.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think
right
around here is when I would stop complaining. Right around here is when I would not complain if Nolan got taken. In my opinion. But I do love the pick. We went from I very much agree with you on this one as far as a tackler, a physical cornerback. I as much as I love Will Johnson, I have very little gripes with Barron's game as well.
Yeah.
I think he's a great player.
He did win DB of the year this past year.
Yeah, I love the process here. I do agree with this one. I think the Dolphins are already just in a weird situation, but I think this is a great player. This is also kind of, aside from a couple, best player available. We fucked up somewhere because it's pick 14 and Ashton Jeanty's still available in my opinion.
Well, because you had the pick that I thought he was gonna go.
Yeah, I know, and I just think there's a couple.
2 of the picks.
Yeah, there's a couple picks where I think he could go, but but I also do think this could happen. And then I have my Colts next, and I have them not taking Ashton Jeanty as well. And how funny would it be if the Falcons took Ashton Jeanty? But anyway, we'll start flying through here because we're at an hour. We'll be a little bit less in depth. So sorry everyone past this, but
text my dad. Sorry.
Oh wow. But
Wow.
So I have my Indianapolis Colts here with this pick, and I'm as sad as this sentence is. I'm on Colts Reddit and everything, and everyone wants Warren. I think he would fit perfectly in this offense, but, and I do have a but.
Whoa.
Anthony Richardson in a make or break year. Everyone knows that. Ballard has, I think, done a pretty good job. I'm not saying that. A pretty good job drafting interior offensive linemen late. That being said, we did let Will Freeze go, and Ryan Kelly, we let him go. I like Dalton Tucker. I like Bordellini and Goncalves, or however the fuck you say his name. He might be more of a tackle prospect. But I do think, as much as, I'm a Colts fan too, as much as I love Tyler Warren, I think you have to take Armand Mimbu here. Last year of his deal, Braden Smith I think you just slide Mimbu at tackle after he leaves. But also Mimbu, I think, is just going to be a great guard year one. I don't love the idea of Dalton Tucker being the day one starting guard, which is potentially, and I don't hate on him as well. I think he was a great undrafted pick, but I just feel like you have to take Mimbu. As much as I feel bad, but you have to.
Yeah, I mean, the holes, especially the potential hole next year, with, you said Braden Smith leading, possibly. You need to replace that offensive line. I mean, Anthony Richardson's not really making a case for himself at the moment as well, but like, you've got to help him as much as you can.
It would suck if you didn't know what you had in Richardson, simply because of him getting sacked a bunch. That would, and I'm not defending Richardson right now. I do think I am projecting the year one bounce back. I could be a little biased. We're both a little biased towards Anthony Richardson. Yeah. I think he could be great, but you don't want to not find out. You don't want to have a Justin Fields situation where it's like, yeah, but like the team fucking sucks. Yeah. So yeah, take care of that need right away.
Yeah, and this is like I said, I agree with this pick, but at the same time, I was surprised you didn't go Warren here. Like, I thought Warren was you pencil him in.
Obviously, draft night, if we take Warren instead, I know this is a deep guard draft. This is a deep interior offensive line draft.
Yeah.
I'm still just Mimbu. I mean, in my opinion, because I do like Mimbu, I have Simmons over him. I have Campbell over him, but I think sliding him day one as a guard is just too good to pass up, in my opinion. But anyway, we'll keep going a little bit quicker. Michael, you have the Atlanta Falcons.
All right, yeah, and I think this is kind of an easy pick because they just didn't fucking address it last year. I've got Jalen Walker going.
There we go. I was gonna say, I think it would have been malpractice if we didn't have Walker going here.
He fell, he kind of fell. To be honest,
for sure.
He could go.
We have a couple guys really falling because of how the wrinkles.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, the wrinkles that we've thrown in.
But yeah, I think they're just not drafting an edge rusher last year when there was a few available. And taking Michael Penix, which who knows how that's gonna go. He's a little older, obviously. We know that.
Yeah.
Even you've said before, we thought he was gonna be second round pick.
Yeah.
Him and Bo Nix. But I think Jalen Walker, you put him in there at that edge spot, maybe even sometimes off ball. I don't know. I think he's a better edge rusher probably.
Yeah, he's not a great off ball, but I mean, the fact that you can play this defense needs multiple positions. Addressed. The fact that you can play him.
Yeah, the flexibility for this defense would be very valuable, and like I said last year they didn't address it. I just think this is the bounce back pick for not doing that and going in and getting a guy that could be a game wrecker. To be honest, and I just. Already a Georgia guy, so I mean, hopefully he knows how to drive. Yeah, that'll be a good thing if he knows that.
No promises.
No promise. Yeah, but I think this is a easy pick for them. To be honest,
so this is our mock draft's going crazy right now. But I have the Arizona Cardinals, and
this is a weird one. I don't know.
This is a weird one because okay, BPA is Ashton Jeanty. Him falling 16 is crazy, which I think he could fall 16. I do think a slide wouldn't be the most insane to be YouTube thumbnail reaction, YouTube thumbnail from everyone. But dude, the Cardinals defense was horrible last year, and you have someone who has a high floor. I know you took Josh Sweat already. You have you re-signed Baron. Bowers. Baron something, I forget, but fucking Baron Browning, that's who it is. You re-sign Baron Browning. I just think I am actually kind of Shamar Stewart pilled. I think his run defending floor is just too good to pass up. As much as I love the ceiling of Mike Green and everything, I'm gonna go Shamar Stewart here for the Cardinals. I mean, you have a lot of picks in the draft, but also you really want to address defense. I know they got Darius, whatever the fuck his name is, last year. Wasn't bad at all, but I don't know how confident I am if you guys 100% hit on him. Just throw Shamar Stewart, let him, obviously, ridiculous amount of pressures, did not have sack production, but yes, I love that. I love getting him here.
Yeah. This is also a spot I was thinking, like, if he fell to the Bengals, that would have fit as well. Especially with the Trey Hendrickson and Sam Hubbard retiring.
This is a deep class, but the Bengals are probably pissed right now. I mean, there's the spot before him.
There's pivots, but also I don't know.
I just think this is the safest pick for the Bengals, probably.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, like, because the issue now is that you've rather got to go with. I'm trying not to do it. I'm trying not to do it.
What? Okay. So you go. Bengals pick now.
It's tough because, like, I do want to do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like people know what I'm talking about.
I feel like we're doing no trades at this point. Someone would swoop in and do a trade right now. Like so like a needier team would swoop in and get him.
Yeah, the issue with the Bengals is
like I promise you right now, before I think around just knowing my team, that if the Colts want to trade back, the Broncos would swing in. Sean Payton would love Gene T or whatever, but this is the not no trades draft.
I just don't know if this is where they would go.
Yeah.
Now I don't think it's a hole. I don't know if it's a huge hole either. That's the problem.
Yeah.
All right.
They have Chase Brown, but yeah. Anyway,
continue. I'm actually, you know what? James Pierce.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
I think he's.
Wow. Okay.
Do you hate that one as well?
No, I don't hate it. I'm shocked, but I don't hate it.
Yeah, I do. I can see him dropping as well. Mm-hmm. I know there's some. Isn't there some off the field stuff?
A DUI and stuff like that, but
yeah, the Bengals need fucking defense. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I could also go Mike Green here.
Yeah, that's who I 100% would have gone.
Yeah.
I don't hate your James Pierce pick.
My rationalization here is that I think he's more physical. Like his body is
very long arms, freakishly long arms.
Yeah, I think his body is more NFL ready.
Yes.
Mike Green's. I know he had a pretty good combine. I'm pretty sure, but like again, he's also got off the field issues, so you can just say that about either of these two. But I think his body, like Shamar Stewart, or not Shamar Stewart. Fuck.
James Pierce.
I'm blanking. Holy shit. James Pierce is like more NFL ready body wise, and I think his comp also kind of could play a factor in here. You played SEC competition versus Mike Green playing what fucking Middle America.
Yeah, MAC. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, he played Ohio State and had a very good game against them actually, but I don't know. He's on the smaller side at the edge position, so I think there's the question marks there.
I really like it. I think James Pierce has like he's just like Mike Green could be horrible year one, and you need to be good right away.
They're also in
and Mike Green in my opinion, could be amazing year three. Mike Green could be Trey Hendrickson year three. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why I had him here. But I love your process here. But yeah, so I do agree with you. Like I think your arguments are valid. I have the Seahawks. I think this is where the Gene T fall ends. Okay, so the Seahawks have recently declared that they are willing to trade K9. Really? And I know, they said that they're shopping him. Charbonnet, I like, but I think a two-back thing with Charbonnet and Gene T. I have the Seahawks going up and grabbing Ash and Gene T. Don't know if
I thought he was falling here.
Yeah, but I have something cooking there for you.
That could be a trade.
Don't worry. I do think if this fall were to keep going, like I think Sean Payton just would not let Gene T fall this far. I do think a couple teams wouldn't let Gene T fall this far. Like it's just it would just I do think we're doing no trades. We're kind of holding this holding ourselves to this, but so I just Gene T, any quick analysis on this one?
Yeah, I mean Gene T, I had him third on my big board. Like I love him.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching running backs. I feel like it's one of my favorite positions, and I think like he's a day one. Obviously, he's a day one game changer for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like
game changer.
I think you plug him in there with a guy like fuck is their coach? McDonald.
Yeah, McDonald. Yep.
Yeah, I think. I know he's a
Kubiak as the coordinator.
That's what I was trying to think of. I don't know. I think he's just like he'll step in and be like maybe a top 5 running back.
Yeah,
I think that's the potential there, and I'm like maybe the top 2 if I'm being honest. Like Saquon and him. Now I know this is the question. I've seen people question like he's a little bit on like this. He's not small like weight wise. He's just a small guy.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know if that'll hold up. Maybe I mean he's very physically like he's strong enough to be able to like perform well. There's sometimes he's a good pass blocker. Sometimes his hands are a little bad like with like catching the ball, but I don't know if that's a question mark. I mean I think he's the best. He's clearly the best running back in this draft, and he could be the best running back in the league one day.
Yes.
So.
Anyway, Mike, you have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I gotta check the fucking. We've lost a lot of guys that I'm fucking like on this.
Yeah, understood. Understood.
So
It's about pivoting.
Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to fucking think.
They're a weird team. They did just lose Shryinka.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay.
Hey, it's a mock. Don't be afraid to be wrong.
I already was wrong apparently. Joe
ass.
All right.
Okay.
We're back to it.
Pick 19. Who do you have?
I have them tanking. Tanking. Yeah.
Tanking.
I have them taking Mike Green.
Yeah, that's where I was. That's why I was like kind of like nudging you. I was like, yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, Mike Green. I think there's clear holes at the edge position. Their offensive line could be addressed here. There's some older guys on that team. They kind of
did last year with Barton, and also you can never have too many offensive linemen.
That's the thing. Like I could see like I don't know, Kelvin Banks maybe. I know he might fall a little lower than that, but like I could see that as well. But I mean, you still have Tristan Wirfs, who's like a top 5 guy, just in the league in general.
The Mike Green, Kalijah Cansey potential would just be nasty pass rushing. I really like the pick here. I think they just they're it's almost like a luxury pick, but Mike Green, it's completely like conceivable that he's like horrible year one. But I think he's strong for how little he is. I really like Mike Green. I think this is like a high ceiling pick that, if it hits, that we're just thinking about, oh, wow, like what a nasty team.
Yeah, I think there's the potential for him to he could be good year one, but I think he'd have to size up a little bit, and, I don't know how that would affect him a little bit because he does rely on his speed a lot with his edge rushing. So I don't know if his power will get better with his speed will fucking take a hit if he does that.
Yeah.
But I think this is a clear need for them, and we've lost a lot of the edge rushers on this board already. Yeah. So I kind of just plug him in there, and I think I don't know if he'll start day one. Maybe he probably would with that fucking team but I don't know. I think that's the spot for him.
I have the Denver Broncos at pick 20, and I mean, Sean Payton, if he's not swooping up against Gene T, he's coming his pants, getting the Mercedes-Benz of Taysom Hill's. Tyler Warren plays, wildcat quarterback. They had him play center for a play, an eligible center where he caught a touchdown. He's ridiculous. He's literally just a wet dream he's literally created for Sean Payton.
This is their pick I would have for the Colts.
I think if the Colts don't take him, it's Sean Payton. I do think they got Evan Ingram, not even comparable. I think Evan Ingram's a pass catching.
He's a receiver.
He's more of a receiver. Tyler Warren is a great blocker. He does really everything. He's not as flashy as Brock Bowers, but he's comparable at the position grade wise to Brock Bowers. Just that's how good he is. He's not gonna do all these crazy receiving plays, but he's someone that Sean Payton's gonna fucking love. Any quick analysis?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking this kind of fucked up my next pick. I was thinking he's gonna fall here because I don't like Pat Freiermuth that much, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Warren would have fit there.
Tyler Warren souped up Pat Freiermuth, souped up Taysom Hill.
Yeah, I do like this pick for the Broncos. I think you only can help your young quarter. I mean, he's 26, but your second year quarterback and help him develop and give him just all the weapons possible.
Yeah.
Now I know the Evan Ingram. You can, like we said, you can kind of pivot or not pivot, but you can kind of move him to receiver and then it'd be fine. But I just think he's still a tight end, so it's kind of hard for me to be like, let's go get another one, But at the same time, he's a pass catcher. Warren's also very, like you said, he's very versatile. He can play in multiple different spots. You can fucking plug him in at running back, damn near wide receiver.
Yeah,
really won't matter.
I mean, he could line up at H-back for this team. I just think, Bo Nix, we're talking about getting him weapons and everything. Like, I think people were thinking like a receiver one. Cortland Sutton is a receiver one, but just kind of like a top tier one. This is the weapon that he needs.
Yeah, I was thinking more like, I could also see like a Tet.
Yeah, I saw Tet here. I just think this is perfect Sean Payton.
Yeah,
this is some Sean Payton tree if I've ever seen some.
Sean Payton shit.
But anyway, Mike, you have the Pittsburgh Steelers up with so many ways that you could go here.
Yeah. My problem is like, I'm leaning receiver, but at the same time, like it was like they kind of addressed that.
Yeah,
they kind of addressed that already.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's the question marks of George Pickens next year.
Yeah,
if he's like gonna extend or whatever. But realistically, I could also see a trade back here. But but you might hate me for this one. What the fuck is he?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Whoa. Where the fuck is he? Oh.
Yep.
Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
I think there's a clear hole at quarterback. Currently at the
first of all, I don't hate you for this one because I don't hate you, Mike. I hate the system, but you have to swing. Okay, say they do get Aaron Rodgers, say they do bring back Russell Wilson, you have to swing. I think Jackson Dart. I don't think anyone thinks he's a year one starter.
No.
I think you just need someone on that bench who you need a plan or something. because you're probably gonna make the playoffs again and not be able to draft a quarterback next year. You have one on the bench. Get the people something to be excited about. I really like this pick. I agree with you.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm hoping the Giants don't get Aaron Rodgers, to be honest with you. Yeah. So I was hoping this is kind of like he's the back. This would lean into Aaron Rodgers going to the Steelers. So I would obviously that'd be one of he's a top 6-7 quarterback of all time. He's like a great quarterback. Now he's a little bit of a diva or something, but I think this would be one of the perfect spots for him if Rodgers does end up here, especially that you can let him sit behind him for a year or two, and now he's potentially going to be your franchise quarterback for another 15 years. Yeah. I also do there's the questions of his deep ball a little bit. He doesn't have the strongest arm. He runs when he needs to, and he's very good at it. I can see the issue with the deep ball, especially with the two receivers they have right now are kind of relying on that as well. Yeah. But that's why I was kind of also thinking a receiver here. Abuka, if he fell here, would have been another one, or Burden. I don't know if now I don't think it's a need as much. Yeah. But Jackson Dart is my pick.
I agree with you. I agree with the process. So I have the Los Angeles Chargers.
If you don't go where I'm thinking you're going.
So I have the Los Angeles Chargers. I actually don't know if you think where I'm going. I think that they're probably licking their chops here. They need to address interior offensive line. And the best round one interior offensive line available, in my opinion, is not Tyler Booker. It's not Kelvin Banks. I think as far as because they're not. This guy's not going to bump out to tackles because they have Slater. They have I have Gray Zabel here.
That's not where I thought you were.
He's just. I mean, he's a mauler. I really like Zabel. I think he's a 5-year starter on the rookie deal. just plug and play. They really, I mean, Justin Herbert got his ass kicked all because of the interior. They have amazing tackles. I think Zion Johnson's very hit or miss. I think you let Zion Johnson walk after you draft Gray Zabel, but I think he's a great, dependable player. I think you have after this, three cornerstone linemen that you just have, for the decade. So give me Gray Zabel here, who I'm really high on. I've watched a little bit of him. Mahler kind of, and this might be sacrilegious, but kind of reminds me of Quentin Nelson a little bit. Just fucking tough player.
I understand this pick a lot, actually. Mm-hmm. I was going to, like I said, I thought you were going to receiver.
Oh, okay.
Which is an obvious fucking hole for them as well.
I think Harbaugh, they got McConkey round 2 last year. I think this is a deep draft. I don't think they'll do that, honestly.
Yeah, I can see them kind of.
So you see McMillan here and you're like, that's the most Harbaugh thing ever.
This is hilarious.
To have McMillan right here, this is a very realistic fall for McMillan, in my opinion, though.
It could be, though, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it ends.
Whoa, okay.
I got him going to the Packers.
No, I like it.
They have a fucking terrible... I don't think it's bad. It's just, they're very young.
Yeah.
And I think Christian Watson towards ACL.
They don't have a one. And I think also, say, you go with the all-two. Say McMillan does not hit his ceiling, and you go with the all-twos look. I think he fits in really well with this Packers receiving core.
I think he fits better. They have a lot of, speed guys. That's why I didn't go Golden here. Yeah. Golden's my best receiver in this draft. But I do think they're, like Dobbs. He's not, the craziest deep threat, but he's a deep threat. Watson, when he's healthy, I mean, that's obviously going to be a question mark this year because he tore his ACL. But he's a just deep threat, run down the field guy. McMillan, he's a big body. You get Jordan Love, who can just give him the ball that he can contest. That's his ish. That's kind of what the problem is, though, is that he's very reliant on the contested catch. He doesn't have the greatest route running. He's not gonna blow you away with his speed. His hands are good, but I think you've already got enough of guys that you've already got enough of the Matthew Golden types. Yeah. You can't just keep doing that. It's not you can't just run 4 verts and get away with it. So I think this is where Tech goes.
Okay, so as much as I love Makuba for this Vikings pick, I don't see it.
No, I don't see it.
I really like Makuba and I like his ability. Brian Flores runs a complicated defense. I think Cam Bynum was really good for it. They re-signed Theo Jackson, but I do think you're going to want some defense, some DB help here. So I'm gonna actually go. Let me take one more look over it. Yeah, you know what? I'm doing. Where the fuck did he go? The Florida State dude. Where the fuck did he go? Yeah, Azare. Where did I pass him?
You passed Nico down.
Azare Thomas.
I like him.
I really like him on the outside. I think he can play safety as well.
Is Gilmore back?
No, he's not as of right now. They re-signed Murphy. You re-signed Theo Jackson, who can play in right away. And I think you let Azare Thomas, who just a great Flores player. He can kind of he's a little bit on the lighter side, but I really like him. He had I think a higher percentage of missed tackles, but that's not the most Flores characteristic. But I think you could play him at free safety. He can do all the complicated shit. I don't have Eamon Warren here, who's a physical freak. I just think Eamon Warren, you don't want to throw him in the super complicated system right now. I think Flores and Anarumo are two dudes that don't do great with young guys right away, especially in the defensive backfields. Yeah, so I have Azare Thomas. Who I think has, from what I hear from what I've heard from Mike, from other people, has a pretty high IQ. So give me that one.
Yeah, he's got the high IQ. He's very long, kind of comparable to Will Johnson's kind of body build. I like his issue is he gets a little handsy. That's the problem with him. He draws a lot of penalties with that. But you plug him in with a guy like Brian Flores, who's a defensive mastermind, and that could probably be fixed. To be honest with you. This is a guy that could fit in with them very well and be the corner, but depending on the Gilmore and some.
I think also here in this point in the draft is just kind of take your pick with cornerback, whatever flavor you like, because there's just so many players. I think if Mike was here and took him in Warrior, I wouldn't be no. I just think there's so many players in this defensive backfield. Anyway, Mike, you have the Houston Texans at 25.
This is a weird one for me as well. I don't know. Gotta pay for the game. All right. Just look over my board real quick. My board.
My board.
My little board.
You also have a board right here if you need.
Oh. Why am I looking at that? I'll take it. Oh. Now this is where I think Kelvin Banks goes.
Okay.
Kelvin
Okay, got
Banks.
you.
Offensive line is the biggest need on this team. I kind of blanked out when I did this. They traded Larry Tunsil for a 5th-round pick, which you can argue that was bad, whatever. I said my opinion on this in the last episode, I'm pretty sure.
So go back and watch it, bitches.
Yeah, please.
Please.
So we can buy food.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, but I think, like, Kelvin Banks, already a Texas guy, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But also, probably the best tackle available here. I mean, you lose Larry Tunsil. That's a big fucking loss. I know he wasn't great last year, but you need something. CJ Stroud's he's your guy, and you need to protect him. And you already made 2. The move for Kenyon Green wasn't good. I get that. That's fine. Like, I was gonna say safety if they didn't get Chauncey Gardner-Johnson.
Yeah.
But, like, that's not a.
I think receivers here is also in play. You don't know
I could see Burton
where
going
Tank Dell's going to go, and
Well, Dell's not going to play this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you just don't know the future of him and everything. Like, I know they have Kirk or whatever. He's on a 1-year deal.
Yeah, but
I really would have gone Tyler Booker here.
That was in between.
I think I think Banks is such a risk. I think he has some quick feet, but just does some questionable things. I think he's just like very raw. And I think Tyler Booker is a plug and play. I know you want to take the swings in the first round as well, but like I just think Booker's a plug and play player. But I still really like it. Okay, so I have the Los Angeles Rams at pick 26. This is a really interesting one, but I'm gonna have them. So I'm gonna have them taking.
I know where I'd go. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna have him taking Trey Amos. I really like Amos. I think they're gonna go DB. They ended up signing White and then letting him go. I think they just need a stable player. I think Amos has high ceiling coverage ability. I just really like him as a quarterback.
Yeah, I'd like him as well. Again, he's one of the longer ones in this draft as well. He played. Sorry, I'm stretching.
Where'd you think I was going?
I thought you were going like a run stopper.
Okay.
Bro. I know they kind of
they got Poona Ford. I think also you can get run stopper 3rd round, like all that shit. Yeah.
I was leaning like. Wait, who's it? Oh no, they don't need a defensive tackle anymore. But yeah. Anyway, I like the Amos pick. I think he's one of the better corners in this draft as well. I was kind of high on him as well.
Mm-hmm.
He Sorry.
I do think watching the game. I do think Kenyon Grant here would be a good pick as well.
Yeah, that was kind of. But yeah, I had Trey Amos to probably plug him in right there. I mean, they do need their defense just needs to be addressed in general.
Yeah.
So like, it kind of got picked apart with the Eagles game.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's on full display.
It's a defense with a lot of potential, and just keep adding to it. I think the offense is there. I think the Devontae Adams signing. I think you're gunning for a Super Bowl this year, Mike. You have another. Speaking of gunning for the Super Bowl, hello. I guess you could kind of say that with all these later picks, but you have the Baltimore Ravens picking here, Mike. Where are you going, you handsome motherfucker?
That was nice.
Yeah, I swing them out every once in a while.
Yeah, you do.
This is really interesting.
Yeah,
actually.
that's why I'm like kind of.
Yeah.
I need to mid-game adjust it again.
I don't envy you here.
Calling it audible.
Calling an audible, okay.
Not really an audible. I'm just taking.
Oh, I
was
thought.
checking where else to. Sorry guys, I'm running off like 10 hours of sleep the last 2 days.
Excuses.
I know it's an excuse. sorry.
No, it's great podcasting.
I know, it's so good. Fuck, I don't really know. They'll just go trade it. I'm kidding. I wanted to go receiver here. That's the problem.
Really.
But I forgot about Rashad Bateman, to be honest with you. And then they just signed D-Hop. So
yeah, I mean, there's so many places they can go here, honestly.
Yeah. Fuck. My prep's fucking ass. I'm sorry.
You good?
I just suck at this shit.
Let me throw you a bone. Michael Pierce retired. There's a lot of defensive.
Oh fuck! I forgot he retired.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That's a big motherfucker right here.
That changes it. Yeah, that's probably who we'll go to. Yeah, Kenneth Grant.
There we go. Well, hey, put the ball on the tee and he hit it. You know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Hey, it's all good.
That's bad practice on my part.
Bad. Well, I mean, we're getting in the home stretch. It's a little bit harder right here.
Yeah, I forgot that Michael Pierce retired. The big man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got his bag.
And
left, but had that fucking interception.
Yeah. Had almost a thick six.
Yeah, thick six. Those are fun.
Those are fun.
Hopefully Kenneth Grant. I saw him actually. I think he had an interception this year too, or some shit.
Kenneth Grant here, I think, is a great steal.
Yeah.
A great run stopper with pass rushing potential. If he hits, the Ravens just got a cheap deal on a game changer. I think the Ravens have just set like a quiet, really good defensive line already with Owe and what is it? The other dude that starts with an O. Fucking.
I was thinking about BK.
Oh yeah, Mbike. Like I think Kenneth Grant next to Mbike.
McCoy? No.
Oh, and Van Noy, who rushes sometimes.
Sometimes he was pretty good this year.
You know, I'm talking about like he was like a middle linebacker, but also
I was almost gonna go.
Anyway, I'm blanking. But yeah, DB's there. I just think that our Darius Washington jump has been feeding families.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like this pick here. I have the Detroit Lions at pick 28, and this is like the first time in a long time that you'd be like, don't do DB probably. Just because they have so many. I think they really shored it up too by getting DJ Reed. So I think they need obviously, you know, they got decimated with injuries last year, so you know, you lost I go Walter Nolan here. I know because he has pure pass rushing ability in my opinion. He can washed out in the run game sometimes, but also can play well in the run game. I think, you know, a lot of people would want to go edge here with Hutchinson coming off an injury, which, you know, isn't like a repeat injury exactly, but, you know, just you want insurance if disaster strikes. But I think Walter Nolan could potentially replace edge production. That's how good he is at rushing the pass, or potentially at rushing the passer with how quick he is. I think there's like a Byron Murphy comp with him where he's small, but he can also defend the run, even though if he does get washed out, you know, you have Jack Campbell behind him. I think Nolan's a ridiculous steal here. And, you know, right now it's just about taking big swings, I think, later in the first round. You know, if they hit, you know, think, the Bills end who just got paid. Rousseau. Like, you just want guys like that. You're just like, oh, okay, if he hits, then, like, we have a guy that, you know, can do well for us in the playoffs. I think Nolan's one of those players. I know they have that other defensive tackle who's pretty good, and then but you can never have too many defensive linemen, in my opinion. And, you know, if the process was edge, I think Nolan, you know, he also can play outside as well. He does play edge sometimes, but I would take him here.
Yeah, I like this pick as well. I do think that I could say you could just go depth fucking wherever. Like you said, got decimated with injuries last year. Like a lot of their best players, especially too. Like you lost Hutchinson for most of the year. You had Branch kind of fucking struggling to play at the end of especially in the playoffs as well. Like, and it kind of showed against the Commanders where like you just got fucking you just got like thrown all over pretty much. So I think this is a good move. Like their run defense their defense is already good, but the you also lost Aaron Glenn, so who knows what happens there.
Yeah. With so many players getting injured, and you know, and now you have to say it's a theme, you know, because So you want insurance? I think Walter Nolan is great insurance. Mike, you have the Washington Commanders here on a pretty fun pick.
Yeah, there's a few needs there that kind of address the offensive line a little bit.
Address receiver pretty heavy too. In my opinion.
They address receiver. That like those would if this was like a month ago, I would have went like Matthew Golden here or something like that, or like Burden maybe, or even like if Banks fell, which he probably would have, to be honest. But I think I'm gonna lean DB here because their pass defense is not good, and I'm gonna go Nick Emenwari.
Oh, I love this. Love it.
I like Emenwari. He's a longer safety.
Emenwari with Quinn too is fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
I like him.
Literally just Jeremy Chin again. They lost Jeremy Chin. They re-signed him for a cheaper deal.
They just
re-signed him.
Drafted him.
And I really love this.
Yeah, I like Emenwari. There's like the kind of like you could have said he was the number one safety at some point. Like there's some guys that are like I said, earlier you got away with the Starks thing. But I know their pass defense, and you saw it in the Eagles NFC champion, or just the defense in general was just not good.
Yeah.
I mean, they made moves last year, but some of those guys are like aging. Luva was a good pickup. Wagner was fine, but they were older. Luva's not that old, but like Wagner's on the older side.
Yeah.
And their DB room, they've missed a lot recently with like the.
And Emenwari could literally come up and play middle linebacker too. Like that's the way. Yeah.
He's very physical. He's good. He's good in coverage, but I do think this will be like.
Yeah.
They just need to address that DB room especially, and I think this is the guy, at least like probably the best guy left here.
So I love the process of that. So I have the Buffalo Bills here at pick 30, and this is really interesting. So I want to go. So I am not the biggest Derek Harmon guy, but I do think they would go interior. But I also think that they're already young at DB, but I don't have necessarily a problem with them taking a player I do really like in Benjamin Morrison. I know he had an injury. I think Benjamin Morrison has a really high ceiling. I think we're overreacting to his injury a little bit, and I do think he has lockdown potential. I love him as a prospect. Bills are the type of team that can take a swing, that can wait on production. I love Benjamin Morrison here. A lot of people haven't fallen to the second round. I just think the Bills too good to pass up here.
Yeah, I also was kind of high on Benjamin Morrison. I can see him falling to the second round. He might, to be honest, just because a lot of people do overreact.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference between him and Abdul Carter. Abdul Carter's like probably maybe generational in some people's eyes. This is like a guy that's like. He was very he had good numbers in college.
It feels like the Will Johnson argument on a smaller scale.
Yeah, he's not as highly touted as Will Johnson, and it's not ranked as high.
Yeah, but if he hits, the Bills got a steal. They got a nasty steal. Yeah, I saw him going like top 10 a year ago in mock drafts.
That's where I was thinking too. Like this is a guy that I would have. I wanted the Giants to get if he fell to the second.
Yeah, it's just so many needy teams.
Not now anymore, but
I don't think he goes past in our mock. He goes past Tennessee here, in the second round. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like I said, I do like this pick though. It's very definitely a need for sure, and they definitely needed to you saw it again in the playoffs. They kind of got with the Chiefs game especially. They kind of got a little
high ceiling here as well.
Yeah. And they're in the spot, like you said, they're in the spot to be able to do that.
Yeah. So. All right, Big Mike, you have the Super Bowl losing Kansas City Chiefs.
This is the last pick for me.
The last pick for Big Mike in our mock.
See, I wanted to go edge here.
Yeah, it's always smart to swing on an edge here, but
I just don't. It's the only one that I can reason with, but I feel like it's a reach. It's Landon Jackson or Nick Gordon.
Really, I think it would be.
Thinking Nick Gordon?
I'm thinking malpractice if they don't take Omarion Hampton.
Really?
Yeah, in my opinion, Omarion Hampton, I don't think is getting outside of first round. In my opinion, I just didn't find the fits here. But I mean, Omarion Hampton, I really like him. I think he is. I don't think we're splitting hairs with him in GNT, but I think.
I do think. No,
I think he is I think he's a top 15 talent.
You know what? Clicking.
Mario Hampton. So me and Mike, we that was an alley-oop, but I couldn't shut my big mouth on that.
Yeah, well, Mike thing was like I was I was overvaluing Isaiah Pacheco a little bit. He also is like not healthy.
Yeah.
Like, Isaiah Pacheco just doesn't stay healthy. Mm-hmm. And they do have the hole at edge a little bit. They re-signed a
Minahu, and they have Karloftis. I don't think it's as big as a need. Also, with how deep this edge class is.
Yeah, like
obviously a deep running back class, but I just think Hampton is a level above game changing wise.
Yeah, there's like GT's like clearly like tier S, and then you got A is pretty much just Hampton.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can throw Caleb Johnson in there as well, but I don't know. He's not that same. He's not as good as Hampton to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think like they kind of lost it, especially in the Super Bowl. They literally couldn't establish a run game. They couldn't establish anything in the game, to be honest. But like, except for those like deep balls to Worthy late in the game. But
you could also argue Tyler Booker here, obviously, because they got rid of. But I think Omarion Hampton is just kind of like oh shit, like this is our Saquon Barkley. Like let's go. So I have now the last pick of our mock draft. So I have the Eagles here, and so I know that they're getting rid of Goddard, and I have Colson Level in front of me. I also know that you can never have enough DBs, especially if you're or edges, especially if you're Howie Roseman. But I think I'm gonna go Tyler Booker here. I know not exactly a need, but I saw Howie Roseman always loves to be a year ahead in the draft. You can never have too many offensive linemen. I think Tyler Booker is just too good to pass up here for the Eagles. Depth, all that. You can't it's kind of like Dan Campbell not going for it on fourth down. That would be Howie Roseman not taking a sliding offensive lineman. I think they got Kenyon Green, but also you can just plug in Tyler Booker here. Obviously you have the offensive line coach who's a great developer. I mean, this is swag to 1,000, swag to the max. Big Mike, that concludes our 2025 Left Bench Mock Draft 1.0. How are you feeling, Big Mike?
I'm feeling good. I could probably do better next time. I know I'm off a little bit like no sleep.
Hey, he and Houston off some July perk. I forget what the lyric is. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the mock draft. We'll post a graphic on our Instagram. Follow us on Instagram. We'll have everything linked below, probably. At LeftBench with like a B3. I don't know. Hey, we got a green screen under us, so yeah, we're trying for you guys. We're gonna have this is gonna be a two-parter this week. We're gonna have an NBA episode as well coming out that we're gonna record probably like right after this. Thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, share. We're going to try to start getting on Spotify, iTunes soon, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, you can play us in the background while you're on your way to work, while you're at work, all that shit. Listen to me and Mike's cute-ass voices for a little bit longer part of your day. But if you made it this far, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Big Mike. Thank you to our producer, Cooper Flagg. Ladies and gentlemen, it is NFL season. We're ready to rock and roll. Thank you, everyone.